but I have found myself at the worst time feeling defeated. It gives me a sense of release and a sense of freedom that I haven't experienced before.
And welcome to It's All Grady. I'm Denise.
And I'm Marcel.
Welcome to our channel.
Yeah, welcome to the channel. If you don't already know, we're a couple that gave up our city life for something different. And now we're in north central Arkansas building our dream house and a chicken farm.
So previously on It's All Grady.
Yeah, previously, guys, I got hurt. I got hurt on a bicycle doing stuff I should not be doing without more practice, which is coming once I heal up. But I did. I hurt myself. I didn't break anything, but I did strain and sprain and bruise everything, just about. And we tried to continue projects because a farm doesn't stop. It doesn't matter. Everything keeps going. Whether I make a bad choice and get hurt does not matter. Things still have to go forwards. So we tried to continue on with the project.
So yesterday we tried to do a project and we grabbed our battery operated handsaw and was having some real big issues. So today we're breaking out the big guns because we got a project that we wanted to get done. What did we find yesterday, babe?
Yeah, we went on a super awesome adventure, right? And we ended up yard sailing. First we tried this project, which we did complete. Up to what we needed to do. But what I found was I got hurt. I hurt myself more, so I couldn't even continue. So we went on an adventure with my damaged goods.
Yeah, we went yard sailing.
Yeah, you only need one good hand to yard sale, guys. Okay? So that's what we did. And one of the other things we've been struggling out here on our construction sites for a long time now is stable sawhorses, which is just more safety, guys. And I did have everything I needed, and we built one a few videos ago. We built one of those sawhorses, but I couldn't find the other half. Well, yesterday I found 2 sets for $1 a piece. Bam-a-lama, baby. Just keep on blessing us. Thank you.
Heck yeah.
Because here we are, guys. Yeah. I've got all I need, and we can build some sawhorses that are much safer to use for us. So this is what we got. Like, I've even had to screw boards in because it's completely split in half, both cross pieces, right? And we've lost the pieces that connect both sides together, so they can slide out if they want. They can twist and buckle and break. But it's harder to lose these ones once you get them together. You know what I mean? And my wife wanted a horse anyways, and now I'm going to have 3 of them for her. But today, guys, we're going to do this with something different, you know, because here I am out here struggling, trying to keep my tools going, and always trying to stay prepared for the storms. And Jackery reached out to us. You guys probably already know this. And if you don't, Jackery is a household name, right? And definitely in our home, because for the last couple of years, Jackery has allowed us to be ambassadors for their products, and we stand by them. And they were like, hey guys, we got something, you want to check it out? You know what I'm saying? We got a sale coming up. How about we send you something that's a little beast, and maybe something that you can juice that thing up with. And we were like, heck yeah, I would love that right now, because I know they're going to send me something amazing. And that's what they did.
Heck yeah.
They sent us the beast. Yeah, oh, they got bigger. They do.
They do.
But I only got one hand to pull it around right now. We're going to work on the bigger ones later. You know what I'm saying, Jackery? All right, guys, so before we get started on this project, I just want to talk about this unit that Jackery sent us real quick. And one thing I would like to highlight is I already mentioned Jackery has been sponsoring us for a couple of years now, and we are proud to be ambassadors for this product. And although they sponsor our videos, we are free to be honest about our experiences and about our opinions about these products. And I'll tell you that I have Jackery all over my house, not just because they look good, but because they work good. And I've up to this point never been let down. Of course, I have never had a unit this big before from them, so I'm super jazzed up to be able to put this thing to the test. This is our very first bifacial panel. Although it may not be very new technology, it's new to us, and it's amazing. And maybe it's amazing to you, because this panel can charge from both sides of the panel, and it reflects off of itself and charges from all the way around. It catches as much sun as it can possibly catch. And To me, that is amazing. I do apologize about all the chickens, but we are on a farm, and that's what we use these pieces of equipment for, is because they need to be as tough as they need to be able to withstand what it takes to be on a farm. You feel me? A homestead, our bunker, our compound, it runs it all. All right, so I just turned the AC side on, right? This is the DC side for your chargers and such, your USB side, the USB port. And then, of course, the RV plug. That's where the big power goes, man. That right there is the reason I love these things, because sometime back, yeah, if you're interested, you can go back and look, but Jackery sent us a unit and sent us a manual transfer switch. And they also sent us the cord, which means this thing gets parked right by our main power panel because it is our backup. You feel me? Right now we're going to plug my saw in, guys. Whoo, I bet you this thing pulls over 2,000. Easy. As you can see, the storm's coming in. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. I need to calm down because it's not only about building this, it's about having power units that are prepared for those storms that are coming right now. We like part way through hurricane season and we ain't even got hit yet. And then we got winter. You ready? Watch this right here. We're going to look at that output right now. You ready? It's not the run power. It's that startup power that we need, that peak power. You ready? Bam. 1700. Did it hit 1800? 1725. So that's pretty good, right? That's a pretty good, and it didn't bog down is the biggest thing. So this is definitely big enough to run my worm drive saw, which is, somebody might be like, oh, that's not a big deal because you ran a circular saw. This is not a circular saw. This thing is a beast. This is a circular saw with muscle. You feel me? Yeah, one of the biggest problems I had, guys, building the other day was I was having to force my saw through my cut because the battery was low. It's already not a very powerful battery operated saw. It's awesome for little bits and bobs, but I use it for just about everything. And I didn't realize how much I was actually forcing until I hurt my hand like this, and there's no forcing, which you shouldn't have to force. These things should eat their way through, which is exactly what this is about to do. So the last time I ran this off of a unit, it didn't have enough power to even kick it on. It was like skipping, and it wouldn't power up all the way, which is really bad for the tools. Also, I brought two different kinds of screw guns. I brought a 4,000 RPM screw gun, and I brought a 2,500 RPM screw gun. This screw gun right here is my 4,000. I've never, ever used it. So we're going to try all this stuff together. Let's just see what it has. You know what I mean? Oh, I shut it off on accident. Turn it on. Okay, this is the 2,500. So its peak was 400, yeah? Almost 500, 454. Let's see what the 4,000 does. This will be the first time this thing has ever been plugged in. Look at that. It's not even scratched yet. Of course, these have never been plugged in either, so it's brand new, baby. You ready? What are we going to get? I'm going to say about 400, yeah? So this is 500. 533. 425. We'll not do them all at the same time. We'll do them one at a time, but we'll keep them all going until we get all three of them going at once. Yeah? Starting with the 4,000 RPM Milwaukee screw gun. Now the DeWalt. Now the saw, baby. Woo, that thing's got all the power I'm gonna need. All right, let's do this. I say we got all the juice we need. I don't know that we're gonna get any more sunshine, which is sad days, but we still at 100%. It also has a very large battery capacity, which is nice because you don't want these things to run out on you right away. Some of them do if you overuse the smaller ones. They all have their use. With the Prime Big Deal Days, guys, right now you can get a massive deal on these things, up to 65% off. And it's not just this unit, it's all of them. So Jackery right now is making it possible for even us to be able to afford one, because there's no way I could have. But when you mark that thing down, 65%, I want you to remember something. We came out here on gas generators, and those things are expensive. First of all, to buy them, they're expensive. As expensive as this. Actually more, because I didn't get a 65% discount on that. But it costs so much to run them every single day as gas. Expensive. We were spending near $800 a month, $500 to $800 a month in gasoline. That's too much. With all this sunshine, how many times before you can afford a panel that will then make electricity from the sun for free? After you've spent $800 a month, you can get panels pretty quick. And Jackery's got these sweet ones. They're already sweet. Those Solar Saga panels are awesome. But this thing is bifacial, man. It's going to charge from all directions, even the low lights. Man, and that is amazing to me. But Jackery has got it figured out, and they got us on fire for it. And now we're going to build some sawhorses, guys, because my wife wants me to be a cowboy, and every cowboy needs a horse. That's why you want to have a saw that's got enough power, and you want to make sure that you're powering up your saw properly, which is important. You ain't got the juice, man. You're going to fight it. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt your tools. No way. Bama-lama, baby. Power all day. Yeah. Plus, when I'm done with it, it goes directly into the house. I can wheel this thing up to our refrigerator, plug it in. I can wheel it over to our internet. Those are our most important things, guys, to make sure our food doesn't defrost, keep those fridge and freezers going, and also our internet, because that's our security system. And we don't have to actually have anything coming in to keep some of this stuff going, like security cameras and things of that nature. They work off Wi-Fi, which it keeps us online no matter what. And with a 10 millisecond UPS, guys, that thing is instant, right? Somebody might be like, hey, what's a UPS? UPS is not only, guys, who's delivering your packages. You feel me? UPS in the backup power and transfer switch world means when the power goes out, it clicks on. And how fast that happens is very important, especially to us, because if you don't already know, our livelihood comes from working behind a screen, an internet or a camera. So we're always uploading information to the internet. We're downloading things. We're using programs. All of this stuff, we're dependent on a system that does not crash on us, and we lose all of our livelihood in an instant. So it's our lifeline. Keeps us going nonstop. It's not just about the awesome deals for us, although the awesome deal is what makes it extra awesome. Because no matter what unit you want, Prime Deal Days, they're going to offer it to you. And they're like, let's try to get some of these out to the people before the big storms come. And they are coming. Even if it's not a storm, guys, if you don't already know this about us, you're going to know it now. We are also in a state of preparedness at all time, whether it be storms or unlikely events, power outages of all kinds, guys, tornadoes, ice storms, wind storms. Anything can happen out here. A tree could fall down in a really hard place. You could be without for a long time. A whole bunch of them get knocked out. You could be without for a long time. The world could be crazy sometimes, and you never know what is coming next. One thing you don't have to worry about is whether you could turn the lights on or not. Yeah, it's mostly about feeling confident and safe when it's important. And the big gas generators that I have, guys, which I've got a couple of them, they've always performed for us, but I have found myself at the worst time feeling defeated because it was cold out and the generator hadn't been started for nearly a year, and we were pulling and pulling and pulling, and you're doubting yourself, am I going to get electric or not? That's when something like this comes in, because it can run you for long enough to figure it out. And if you can't, they've got something that you can attach to it to keep you going. And you can also expand on these things. They're amazing. You know what I mean? Amazing. Another nice thing about this, guys, it's not only sweet to be able to wheel it around and to be able to plug it into your manual transfer switch and to be able to bring it outside and use it for all your big tools, hook it up to your camper, you could run it all. 3,600 watts, I think. Guys, it's well over 3,000 watts on that RV plug. You could power a lot of stuff all at one time with that. That's amazing. And that's not where it ends. For me, I like tools that can continue to work for me, because most of my stuff, my circular saw, when I'm done with it, it'll go in a toolbox and it'll sit there, not doing anything. This though, we can actually use to save us money, because we can power sections of our home during peak hours. That's when your electricity is most expensive, and we could be running this for some of those devices, and then we can charge it when the prices are lower, the downtimes, overnight, things like that. So that once again, if you wanted to, you could use this. And it has something like 6,000 cycles or something. It's going to be like 10 years. You're going to be able to use this thing for like 10 years. And then it's not even done. It just brings down its like capacity a little bit, not even much to even talk about, but we'll say it because it's true. You feel me? I'm just totally amazed at what they can do these days. And it's easy charging too. You got the solar ports on this side, guys. You've got the AC charger on this side. Plug it into the wall. It has the DC expansion port, and it has an AC expansion port. Yeah, and not only that, guys, one of the things we always struggle with is charge time. With its fast charging capabilities, I had this thing plugged into the wall, guys, and it was less than 2 hours because I had 30% already in there. But I wanted to power it up so I could show you. Less than 2 hours, it was charged up. It was bringing in like 1,800 watts. At a time, I was like, wow, that is massive consumption to fill that battery up quickly, because we do not have time to slow down and wait. Man, remember how long it used to take to charge a battery? Jackery's got it figured out, guys. If you know anything about a worm drive saw, you know that that initial power draw usually sounds bogged down. And I've actually popped breakers on our house. And like the camper, having it hooked up to the camper, for sure, guys, because everything else is running on it already. And then we plug it into that little outdoor plug, and we ask a lot. Ooh, that storm is looking like it's trying to get us, guys. Let's see if we can get this done before we get Mother Nature's wrath. Because it's coming. She don't care. She's on one of them rampages. It's nice having all the power I need. It's even nicer knowing that Prime Big Deal Days, that is October 7th and 8th, guys, Jackery is bringing you these units all the way up to 65% off. You can't holler about that enough, because for us that can't typically afford equipment like this, it makes it possible. But if we were ever going to be able to afford it, it's right now. These units aren't only just awesome, guys, for like power outages and saving money. It's also a sense of freedom. I don't know if you remember what it feels like to get your driver's license, but it had a sense of freedom that came with it, because you could unplug from the world and you could just be on your own, even only if for a moment. That's what these things do, because I'm going to tell you right now, being stuck to the grid can feel very imprisoning almost. And when you got something that you can rely on for the backup, it gives me a sense of release and a sense of freedom that I haven't experienced before. I wish I'd have known I was going to feel like this way back when I was against all this solar stuff. But you don't know till you know. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time since I've used my electric screw guns. I forget how powerful they are. The other screw guns, the electric ones, you're like spinning off the screws and stuff. And sometimes you just forget how good it is. I always come up with reasons not to use that stuff, guys. Cords, tripping over cords, all kinds of inconveniences. But you can't never make up for all the juice that you actually need to perform a project, which is why it's nice to have a unit like this, because it doesn't need to just sit in the corner. This thing is a take it with me, because it has wheels and handles, and it's also wheel around the house, or it can stay stationary right there by my transfer switch, just waiting for the power outage or for that cheap electricity that we love. That's the nice thing about the portable units, guys, especially a unit like this, because it's also your home power backup. It's going to be able to supply your home, but it's also something that you can take with you, whereas like the permanent solar systems, you can't just throw in the back of your car and take on a picnic and be able to run, say, a teapot or a cooker or a cooler or who knows what, some jamalamas, keeping your stuff charged. This thing here, keep everything charged for a long time. All right, there it is. That's the $1 horse right there. Never look a gift horse in the mouth is what they say. I'm gonna brag about this one though. That's the problem with these sawhorses, guys, is the ground's uneven. The nice thing about my broken plastic ones is they're very, very pliable. Look at that, it's cloudy, no sunshine at all. We still bringing in 18 watts with that panel, and there's no sunshine. The only reason it's not dark out right now is because it is like noon. But I can feel that storm coming right now. Ready, spaghetti? The beast. The beast is running the beast. Guys, I've always, my entire life, used DeWalt screw guns. Why I bought in Milwaukee, I don't know. I'm not opposed to Milwaukee. I use their jigsaws, or their sawzalls. But I've never owned a screw gun. So one day, we'll have to try to have fun with it. But I've always been particular when it comes to my screw guns. And now I'm particular when it comes to my power units. We try to only check out the best, whether it's a budget affordable or whether it's top end, something like Jackery. Typically for me is not even affordable. That's why it's so amazing with the Prime Big Deal Days going on October 7th and 8th, guys. These units can be up to 65% off. And allegedly there's some kind of a tax write-off too that's potential if it's available in your area. We'll have to look into that. Like I said, in the end, you could spend all that money on gasoline, and by the time you're done, you've bought multiple panels. If I'd have known then what I know now. That's it right there. Those sawhorses are built by $1 yard sale purchases and Jackery and my broken hand. All right. We didn't use nothing. We could keep building for days. 98%. We're bringing in 22 watts right now, guys, from zero sun. Yeah, guys, so I was able to perform this project out here. You've seen how much I used my saws and my screw guns. I used it. And we weren't just sitting around waiting for the storm to come. We could use it, and I still have enough power to be able to juice up whatever I need inside of my house right now. We're talking, this thing can accommodate like a 3 to 6 person usage. So depending on how much you use and what you're powering up, you can expect this to be able to accommodate a certain amount of time, depending on your usage and how many people are drawing off of it. But it's an amazing piece of equipment. And even more amazing is the Prime Big Day deals, guys, where you could get up to 65% off on Jackery's units. Jackery's really going out there with this, with such a quality piece of equipment. I'm blown away because they're bringing these units in at budgetary prices, which makes it available for somebody like me and maybe somebody like you. And if you're interested in products like this, make sure you're checking out the links in our description below and check out Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th, guys. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but don't say I can't until you check it out, because I can't never could do a darn thing. And when the lights go out, you don't want that to be the last thing you remember, going, dang, I wish I could, because now I got to spend $800 on gasoline because you never know how long the power's going to be out. You know what I mean? But the sun's not going to go out, and if it does, we all in trouble. All right? All right. Good job, Jackery.